It's been a while since the last devlog. I've actually made a surprising and uncharacteristic amount of progress since then. So anyway, this video is going to be like a bit more like laid back and podcasty, similarly to the last video, because I thought that went pretty well. Anyway, so the first thing I added in was the blood bar, which is like this bar thingy that fills up with these notches whenever you deal damage to enemies, and it allows you to heal or use abilities or whatever whenever you have a couple of notches. It encourages an aggressive playstyle. Okay, what did I do next, other than hitting the link in the description down below to wishlist 5-star fishies so you get notified when the game releases. Aside from that, what did I do? Oh yeah, I added a mute button in the options menu, so yeah, that's a thing that happened. Anyway, then I added a lore pickup to the testing labs area from the last vlog. Just a super easy, nice little pickup that even an infant can regret. Then I made it so like Gilbert can attack you with like bubbles or something. I don't really know what I was thinking, to be honest. Then I made a lot, and I mean a lot, of songs. Not just for 5-star fishy, but for other games, and I did not make all these in one sitting, just so you know. This was over the course of a couple of months, but yeah, they range in how finished they are and how happy I am with their current state, but I'll play some of my favorites right now. So, that all sounds great, right? I'm not referring to the music, but more so the amount of progress I made. It sounds like I did a lot, doesn't it? Well, here's the thing. I didn't do all that in a week. I didn't do that in a month. It took me a half of a year to make all that progress. A half of an entire year. Yikes. So, I guess this is it. I guess I just didn't make any progress this entire time, right? Well, I actually did make a whole lot of progress, but all that started last January, and as of making this video, it's currently near the end of February, and I made like 3 times the amount of progress in that time window. So why am I making so much progress now? Well, it's simple. Art. I needed to make a lot of art for the second area of the game, and I couldn't figure out how to do it for the life of me. But I finally decided to harness the power of tile maps and a slight motivational boost from the new year, and I did it. and that just started a big ol' motivational train which got me making a bunch of progress. So here's how that went. So yeah, like I said, the main reason why I made so much progress on the testing lab so rapidly with the art and stuff is because I made a tile map this time instead of just like, you know, placing sprites around like a dumbass like I did before. So yeah, I basically just created these tiles and then used them to basically draw out the whole level like I did with the tropical shallows. I don't know why I didn't just do that from the start. I guess I figured that the level was like, I don't know, too unique or something to use tiles, but no, it's not. So yeah, I did it way faster and now the level looks pretty cool. So then I basically just like traced over all the stuff that I already created using the tile map tiles, and then after that it was just a matter of adding in all these little details and sprites and things, and now I think it looks pretty cool. Oh, and also I added this new section to the testing labs called the Deep Reserves, which connects to another area that I'll have a lot of fun sharing with you eventually once it's done. So yeah, pretty epic. And I also experimented with different methods of controlling the camera, because right now it just lags behind Fishy a little bit, which makes the game look a little bit more smooth and polished. But it also gives you less reaction time whenever there's an enemy up ahead and you're going really fast. So I definitely need to come up with some sort of solution to that. And I tried making it so that the camera is in front of Fishy, but honestly it just makes it kind of clunky and hard to control, and it just feels kind of weird. So, I mean, I'm still kind of working on a solution for that, so comment down below if you have any ideas for that, or really for anything for that matter. Okay, now that I'm finally done making the testing labs, now I get to, well, make the testing labs. Add in all the enemies and NPCs and, you know, all the things that you actually do inside the testing labs. So I started by adding in this enemy called the Spit Slug. It's called that because, well, I mean, take a guess. And then I added in this enemy called the Popworm, which, take a guess why it's called that too. I know I'm very original with these names, you don't need to compliment me, I already know. Anyway. And then I massively improved the shallows tile map, polishing up these rough edges, and, well, quite literally in some cases by adding rounded tiles. And I also made the background not look like crap. Now it uses its own, darker tile map. And then I switched gears again and decided to completely overhaul the tutorial because, I mean, the old tutorial was absolutely terrible. It was just not good. So I kept the same basic idea, but changed a whole lot of things. And then I added the single greatest achievement ever known to mankind. I think this explains itself. And I also started working on a website for the game, 5starfishy.com. I'll link it in the description, but just be warned that there's not really much there right now. But I do have plans for adding more things to it. Okay, nice, so we're flying through progress here. I made a bunch of progress on the testing labs, I experimented with the camera, I did all these things, so, I mean, I feel unstoppable. What could possibly go wrong? Everything's going great. Yeah, so I almost killed my game. So I tried adding in this feature where, basically it saves the options. So basically, you know, when you put in the options that you want in the options menu, it just saves them. And somehow in doing that, not only did I break that feature, not only did I break the entire options menu, but I also somehow managed to break a bunch of things completely unrelated to the options. Oh, and also I didn't even have any backups of the game that were, any more recent than, 10 days ago at the time, so, yeah, I was understandably pretty freaked out. Thankfully, I managed to fix most of the issues that were not directly related to the options menu pretty quickly. I don't remember exactly how I did it, to be honest. I guess it was just a combination of luck and just good old debugging. But fixing the feature that I was actually trying to add in itself, that took me an entire week, and the help of this person on Construct 3, Dop2000. So, yeah, quick shout out to Dop2000, thank you. I hope you enjoy the coffee. Anyway, let's just pretend that this whole thing never happened. Yeah, because that was pretty unfun. So anyway, after all those things totally didn't happen, I decided to add projectile boosting to the game. It works quite similarly to Ultra Kill, because in that game, if you press the punch button just as you shoot your shotgun, it basically, you parry your shotgun and it launches a bullet that explodes. And I think that's really cool. So I basically just did a similar thing with the spicy eggs and 5-star fishy, so if you bite at the same time that you launch a spicy egg, it goes super fast. So, yeah. I don't know, I just think it's neat. So, then, just for fun, I tried experimenting with what a 3D version of 5-star Fishy would look like, and I created this, this thing. And now I'm gonna go, drink some holy water real quick and just, burn this project and pretend that that didn't happen either. Yeah, let's just not talk about this creature ever again, please. At this point, I'm switching gears into working on improving, like, the base core foundation of the game, because, well, number one, I want to make it faster to add new areas, number two, I want to make the game generally more fun and pleasant to play, and number three, I want to participate in the next Steam Next Fest, which means that I want to have my demo really, really good. So that just means I did a bunch of small things, like adding emotions to the dialogue system, and, making it so that hitting the pause button can, like, making it so you can access the options menu by hitting the pause button, which, I mean, has kind of been a feature that I've been wanting to add since, like, day one of working on the game, so I don't know why it took me this long, but it's done. And then to wrap up this devlog, I added boss health bars, because they're cool, I guess. Why not? They're boss health bars, they're just really cool. Come on, every good game has boss health bars. And I'm also working on adding a replay system, so like if you press a button, you get to like download a video clip of the last couple of seconds of gameplay in case something cool happens, but it's still not done yet, so yeah. Anyway, go wishlist the game on Steam, hit subscribe, like, all that stuff, I don't know. Yeah, see you next time, I guess. See ya.